What's up, everybody? Coming at you with my Georgia flea market pickup video. As most of you know, I went to WrestleMania, and on the way down there, I decided to hit a few flea markets. We stopped at two flea markets. One of them, I think, was in North Carolina, and then the other one was in Georgia. And I'm going to go ahead and show you all what I got. At the first flea market, it was in North Carolina, I believe. And it wasn't a very big flea market. There wasn't a lot going on, but there was one gaming related item there. So I picked it up, and it is the Handy Gear by Joy Plus for $1. This was the only gaming related item in the entire flea market. So I grabbed it for $1. Basically, all it is this little thing here that you put your Game Gear into, and you got these little rubber things on the inside that actually press down and control your Game Gear, and you just close it and lock it shut. You got a thing here for your headphones and your volume, your little extension here. And then you got your power button over here, and you got this that flips down on the side. You can control your brightness of your screen, and then you open this up, and it actually magnifies your Game Gear screen, which actually is pretty cool. You can actually see a lot better. I don't know if my camera will pick it up all that well, but it works out great. I couldn't believe how well this worked. The buttons work great. I didn't know if it would control the game properly, but it does, and it's really awesome to have. So for $1, I've never seen one of these before. I'm very glad to have it. It's not very portable, but then again, the Game Gear itself isn't very portable, so very happy to pick that up for $1. Next, we actually went to a flea market in Georgia. I believe it was called the Pendergrass Flea Market. Um, it was really big. It was a huge flea market. There were many, many, many buildings to go along with this. There were outside booths and inside. And there were games galore. If you wanted to find some games, this flea market was the place to go. The problem was people were price gouging like crazy. I'm going to rant for just a minute. Um, there were games, there were booths set up entirely to video games. I mean, retro games like crazy. But people were price gouging so bad, it was ridiculous. Um, there was one booth I came across. This lady had a bunch of NES games, and they were all common titles, stuff like Mario and Duck Hunt. And I asked her, I said, how much are your games? Because she did have a few common games that I didn't remember having, and I was just curious. And she looked at me and she said they were $10 a piece. And I said, every single game you want $10 a piece for? And she said, yeah. I was like, that is way, way too high. I said, that's ridiculous. And she kind of slapped me on the arm, and she's like, come on, you're being a cheapo. And I just laughed and walked away from her. I didn't even say another word. I just walked away. I could not believe it. And every booth was like this. People were price gouging. I was getting, to the point where I was ready to just leave, get back on the road, and hurry up and get to Atlanta because I was frustrated. I really thought I was going to find some games. And then I found this one booth. I believe the people called their booth Square One Games, if I'm not mistaken. And they were really cool. They had a little price guide that they used to price their games by, but their prices were actually very reasonable compared to what they go for online, like eBay and stuff like that. They actually did a fair deal on their games. So I did buy 3 games from them, and really cool guys. I really enjoyed talking to them. I sat and talked to them for a good 40 minutes. Really cool guys. But I got a really crazy story after I show you these about what happened after I left. But the first thing I picked up from them for $5 was a boxed copy of Blaster Master. It's complete, has the foam insert inside, and still has the wrapping around the bottom. They never took the plastic off after they opened it. And the game itself is here, has the little sleeve, comes with a Blaster Master poster, which is pretty awesome because I don't run across NES box games that much anymore, especially ones with posters and stuff. So you get your little Blaster Master poster, and it didn't come with instructions, so I guess not complete, but the cartridge itself is in great shape. So for $5, definitely really happy to have a boxed copy, as I do enjoy collecting boxed games more than loose. The next game I got from them, I believe it was $10. It's been a few weeks now. I don't remember. I think I paid $10 for it. Was a box copy of Super C. At least I thought. I'll explain here in a minute. But the box itself is in mint condition. Very good conditioned box. The guy was actually selling a lot of stuff from his collection. Now, what was in the box, which I knew about this beforehand, was a really good copy of Contra. And the reason why I picked this up is one, because they're so hard to come by. I wanted the box. Two, my copy of Contra is in really rough shape. I picked my copy of Contra up at a yard sale for $2, and it's in pretty beat up shape. It's really rough. The label's kind of messed up. So I definitely wanted to replace my copy of Contra. So now I have another copy of Contra, and I already have a guy who's going to do a trade with me for my old copy of Contra, and so to replace my copy for $10 and get the box for Super C, um, definitely a good deal in my eyes. It comes with all the paperwork, the instruction manuals, even the little Konami poster that has other Konami titles they recommend. So not too bad. I'm really happy with that. Like I said, now all I need is a loose copy of Super C, and I've got a box to put it in. And then the last thing I picked up is something I've been wanting for a long time. Uh, I've never been able to find a copy of it for a reasonable price by my standards. I don't like to pay over $30 for a retro game. Um, I try to, keep my games at a decent price. I've seen this game a couple times for around $40, and I never picked it up. And I finally got this one for $25 off these guys at the flea market in Georgia, and it is Chrono Trigger. It's not in its original box, of course, but it is in a really nice. I guess this was a game rental box, and they printed out a really nice copy on pretty thick paper too of the cover for the game and put it in this box. So it's presented pretty well, even though it's not in its original Super Nintendo box. It still looks good on the shelf, and the copy of Chrono Trigger itself is in pretty decent shape. There's a little wear and tear to it, um, a little bit of wear back there, but overall it's in great shape. It plays perfect. I didn't even have to clean it when I popped it in the Super Nintendo. It played right off the bat. So very happy to get a copy of Chrono Trigger for under $30. I think $25 is a great price for it. I believe it's going for about 25 just on the DS. So to have the original on the Super Nintendo for 25, I'm very happy. I'm trying to get back into my RPG games a little, so definitely look forward to getting into this before too much longer. And that's all I got at the flea market in Georgia. I was really happy with the pickups. I had a great time, and that was the one booth at the flea market that was great. I got the guy's email address, and he does little raffle things every month where he gives games away, and you send in your ticket numbers, and then they draw a ticket, and if you win, he'll email you back. So even if you don't live in the area, you can still win a prize from him, and he'll mail it out. And I got back, and I got on my email like 2 days after I stopped at the flea market. I got on my email to see if they had wrote me yet, and the guy had sent out an email. That entire flea market um, had a section that caught on fire. I think two buildings caught on fire and were completely destroyed, and a bunch of other buildings attached to the flea market actually suffered some smoke damage and stuff like that. and he wasn't even aware if the building he was located in had suffered smoke damage. So he was, afraid he might have lost everything due to damage. But the guys were really great. That wasn't their biggest concern. They were asking people to pray for the people that did lose everything, and you know, just keep them in their best wishes. And he wrote me back 2 days after that, and said that they had got into their building and everything was fine. They didn't lose any products. No smoke damage had been suffered, so their building was okay. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I can't believe that. And then, like 2 days after that, he wrote me and said that they're actually shutting that entire flea market down for at least 3 to 6 months, and that they told everybody who has booths set up at the flea market that they had 3 days to get their stuff or they were going to throw it away. I guess they're going to remodel the whole thing now. So, I was hoping maybe to tell some people, if you're in the area, you could go to the flea market and stop by their booth. But evidently, you can't because they've shut that entire flea market down. So, I guess I got there just in time. I wish I could have bought some more from them, but I knew I was going to be spending so much at WrestleMania. I cut myself off after buying those 3 games, but very happy I got them. I hope that their stuff works out. I think the guy's actually trying to build a business and start a retro store. So, I hope all goes well with him. They were really cool guys, and maybe when that flea market opens back up in 3 to 6 months, whenever it is, if you're in the area, you can stop by and check it out. But I guess I got there just in time. It's pretty crazy. I couldn't believe that it went down like that. But I'm very pleased with the pickups, and I had a blast. And I got some flea market pickups from back home coming up soon. Well, one pickup, two pickups really. My buddy who sells games down here at my flea market didn't show up again, so he's going to be relocating to another flea market that's a little bit closer to me. So I only got a few pickups this weekend from the flea market, but I'll do those in a later video. I'm going to try to get some different videos up, just some more interactive videos. I really want to do that. Try to do a gaming community award show this week. Um, Jurassic Junkie has a cool video out right now where he's doing a challenge to see who can get the fastest time on Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one. Who can get the fastest time in level 1. So I might try to do that as well. But that's all for now. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Have a great day, and take care, everyone.